Okay, so dear Dhamma practitioners, we are going to start our ongoing meditation session now. Keep your back straight, neck head straight in one line, and your right palm on your left. And neck head straight in one line. Be comfortable with your posture. So gently close your eyes and bring your attention to this bell sound. And while you're focusing to the sound, so gently close your eyes and bring your attention to this bell sound. And while you're focusing to the sound, you can mentally relax your body, relax your mind, and relax your breathing with your thoughts. So do nothing extra. Just follow the sound, please. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the blessed one, the exalted one, the fully enlightened one. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, in these ongoing meditation sessions, we try to bring some certain informations related to Buddha's teaching, and at the same time, through these human civilizations that as ordinary people, we gathered certain experience as knowledge, and all the wise people, all the enlightened masters, time to time, gave us certain kind of informations. So we try to bring this all together and build up our own path towards liberation. So it is your personal responsibility. Once you gain these informations, once you digest it, you have to become someone inside you related to your own wisdom, not according to somebody else. You have to develop, you have to understand, you have to gain that your own wisdom, which is very equal and similar to the very essence of Dharma, or the wisdom, or the nature. Because the very nature of the truth cannot separate person to person. Our ideology can be different according to our experience, but the truth is not like that. So then, passing your thoughts, when you reach to the truth, we all can come to the same point. So that is where we keep going. So the very purpose of this whole practice is purification of our mind, purify our mind. That is the main purpose. So then why we have to purify? Because there are a lot of unnecessary things mixed with us. So you have to remember, liberation or the freedom or the nibbana is not you bringing something from outside to inside. You develop a method to purify means that whatever unnecessary things you take out of you. So that's mean what? That's mean the liberation itself inbuilt inside you. But mostly in day-to-day life, we don't look for that. We always ponder towards outside. And the whatever the happiness, the success, the freedom, this everything we try to gain from outside. There is a very conventional life. Of course, you can make things happen as events. But end of the day, when it comes to your own life, it is how you deal with inside you, how you work with your inside, going to bring the final result, not what happened with the outside. So when the inner become complete, naturally your outside going to become more solid, comfortable, peaceful, and even that many up and downs come on the way, you will go through without any kind of difficulty. Even difficulties come, there is a capability to go through it without getting hurt. Even the hurt come, there is a capability to handle that hurt without having deeper suffering. So then we have to say this is a kind of like a science that we apply to our own inner behavior. So this method, another way we can call like a discovery. So the discovery. So it's covered with something. It's everything there, but it's covered with something. And then you discover, you remove that cover. Then you have to understand you don't put anything to inside. You just remove the cover. And then you're going to find it there. But the thing is, to remove the cover, you should know there is something. Otherwise, that whatever the complete covered thing, maybe you can take the cover as something. So it's like when it comes to this singing bowl, and if it is covered with the paper, and in case if you think this paper as the singing bowl, then you're not going to have the effort to remove it. But the thing is, you have to understand beyond this paper there is something. So without seeing it, how you know that? Maybe you think, oh, this paper is the singing bowl. So then you get into this and you hold it to this, you attach to this, and you have no effort to remove this. So then how you know beyond this there is something? That is the question you have to ask yourself. How you know there is a nibbana? How you know there is a liberation? How you know there is something beyond this? So, in the beginning of your life, your mind has that the pure recognition. And then by the time what happened through the environment, culture, traditions, many ideas came to you. So one way that you can recognize there is something beyond this is your own suffering. If you suffer through something, if you have the pain, and if you have the difficulty, hard time, sadness, worry, disappointment, fear, unhappiness, so that's mean that whatever you go through is not real. There is something beyond this. So then our pain, our disappointment, our failure can be a path to go through this illusion to find the right path. So then your happiness, your freedom, your satisfaction, comfort, everything inside you. But sometimes when we don't want to get out of the suffering, we don't want to get out of our fear, and you will never put any effort to go beyond it. So in the very first level, you have to see what you experience, and out of that experience, you have to understand, are you trapped on it or are you looking something else? So if you look for something else, you have to get into the bottom. It's like the root of the root. It is like the truth inside the truth. It is like the seed inside the seed. It's like a picture inside the picture. It's like the light inside the light. It's like the sign inside the sign. When you experience something, rather than tangling and holding and settle down with that experience, you have to look into depth and see why I experience this. That is the power of the vipassana, because you gain the analytical mind. In the very surface level, you don't stuck with what you experience, and then you go beyond that experience and see. Without naming it, without personalizing, you start to see why this experience happened. Why I experience this. From where it comes. But in very conventional way of life, the very nature of conventional life, that whatever the experience comes, you hold it to that experience. You settle down with it. You name it. You grasping it. So, because of that, what happens? You don't see what is underneath. So, I give a simile. Sometimes you may drink sugar, that the tea with sugar. So you ask, okay, put 2 spoons, and maybe you drink the tea, but you don't feel the taste. And you saw the person put 2 spoons sugar, but still you don't feel the sugar, taste it. And the bottom of the, when you end the tea, when the bottom of the cup, you see the sugar is there. It's because it didn't mix well. Our life the same. Our happiness, satisfaction, the joy, freedom, liberation, nibbana is there. So when you come to this human world, you knew that you are capable to reach to the highest level of human intellect, but still you don't experience it in day-to-day life. It's like you drinking the tea, you don't experience the sugar, the taste. The reason is that you didn't mix your day-to-day activities, didn't get into the bottom. And end of the cup of the tea, you see the bottom of the cup, you see the sugar like that. A lot of people, when they're ready to die, in that very moment, when they get old, after this all the struggle, when they get old, then they sometimes recognize what the mistake they have done. And then what happened? It's already the time already passed, and they have no opportunity to develop it inside. So then remember yourself that there is nothing that you have to put it to inside, that it is there. And try to look into that. But ourselves, morning to night, everywhere, through Dhamma talks, more than any other time, because there are a lot of, information, wisdom that keep coming, new ways, different ways. New Dhamma talks, new monks, new yogis, new kind of yoga methods, and new kind of gurus. It's a different way of teachings, that everything keep coming, and we keep wandering to outside. Go, YouTube video to another YouTube video, and podcast to another podcast, and the website to another website, blog to another blog, person to another person. We keep going, looking something from outside. So my dear friends, you didn't mix well inside you. That all the taste is within you already. That just look into that. Don't wait till the end of the cup to see the bottom, or that you see the sugar. So all the freedom, that happiness, the joy, that recognition, everything right now, right here within you, 100%. So then what you have to do? In the very first level, you have to know it is inside you. So it's like you are covered with something. So then how you know? Oh, we look the history of the humanity. We look the history, and we recognize through our ancestors, generations to generations, eons to eons, Buddhas to Buddha, and all the enlightened masters to another enlightened master, how they went through and what they told after they attained to the enlightenment. So that's why when it comes to all the Buddhas, there's 28 Buddhas so far in the history, that eons backwards to eons. So, and not only 28, many Buddhas and many enlightened masters. And so what they all say end of the day. Purify your mind. So that is why when you have the faith, you start to thrust for that. So develop the thrust towards the teachings means you start to listen to that, the depth of the meaning, not the words. If you tangle with the words change person to person, capacity of understanding, and sometimes 100 years back, whatever the words that we heard, today we're not going to hear. And nowadays we have new words. So it's also going to go. But the meaning, the very root has something. So if you able to recognize that through this Dharma, what it tried to say, what is this deeper clarity or understanding within yourself, then what is the meaning of know thyself, then you will see it is nothing to do with this outside. It is just becoming very clear with your own inner experience. So the meditation take you to that path, develop that. So in the beginning, we observe the inhalation, exhalation. And this inhalation, exhalation keep the connection. And all this human world, that the animals, in everybody in this world, we all together keep connect through this inhalation, exhalation. And it is so powerful. And then you have to remember that what you exhale can have an effect to this entire world. And we experience it through this pandemic situation. You know, thus if you shrink the situation 1.5 years backward, you will see somewhere it start with one person. See this virus situation. Somewhere it start with one person. And then whatever the reaction happened in that one person, the very first person affected this virus. Then what happened? That person exhales something and it affect for others. And then later, look what happened to entire world. It went through and the countries, shut down. Everybody detached. Why? Because we know that what we exhale is effect for others. So then you have to be very careful and you have to know what you exhale. And it is just the very physical level, material level, this virus situation give us a lesson, but deeply you have to remember. When it comes to spiritual world, the mindset that you carry can give an effect more than this virus. So then you have to understand you are a part of this all. And then when you exhale, you synchronize with this entire world. So just know what you exhale and be very careful about it. And when you deeply observe this and recognize that your inhalation, exhalation, you recognize the very nature of not only you recognize the very nature of this entire humanity. You recognize the very structure of this human body and mind and everything. You have capability to recognize the very behavior and the nature and the structure of this entire universe. The very epicenter is your inhalation, exhalation. So just try to get into that. You don't need anything. You don't need knowledge. You don't need some extra wisdom. You don't need someone else's help. When you come to this human world, you are already capable and you have all the tools inbuilt. And then only thing is you have to activate it. So this is what we do. To activate yourself, we just giving kind of like a jump start, push you a little bit, throw you forward, and telling you, hey, it is inside you, just look into it. Otherwise, we cannot do anything else. You know, when you want to have a strong body, you cannot tell somebody else to do push-ups for you. You know, you cannot tell you want to get healthy and somebody else, you know, go to gym and work out. You cannot do that. It doesn't work. You have to do it. So the same thing, when you want to recognize, you have to look into it. You cannot get any help from anybody. Only thing is only thing you can hear this message from everywhere. It is your own responsibility. 100% activate yourself and look into that. Then you will see. So what you see, and try to recognize it and go with it deeper rather than just settle down with it. Go deeper and question yourself why you experience this, from where this comes. What is this? Why you go through this? So if you have capability to question regarding you, then it has power to take you deeper. But the thing is, when the situation comes, we mostly question others. Why you did to me? Why that person did this? Why I am into these people like this? Because these people responsible for this. So like that, we always question others. And because of that, we neglect, we cannot look into ourselves. And then you miss the point. So then don't afraid to look into inside. Don't afraid to question yourself. Only thing is you have to have the right connection to you. So practicing meditation in the beginning will build up that. So to build up that connection, we get the help out of our own inhalation, exhalation, and observing it without disturbing to it, without interfering with ideas or thoughts or any comments, just allowing it to happen as it is, and then recognizing the very nature of the sensation of your own inhalation, exhalation. And once you get into that, and from that point, it will be very easy for you to go deeper and see the very essence of this whole experience. And when you get into the bottom of that, you will see impermanent, unsatisfactory nature and selflessness govern this all. When you come to recognize that truth, it is equal to everywhere, all the time. If anybody reach to the bottom, it's equal to that experience. So with that, let's get into practice a little bit. Your right palm on your left and neck get straight in one line and be comfortable with your posture. So bring attention to your body and scan head to toes 3 times yourself and say Sopatveva, or may I be well and happy 3 times. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge. In this moment with this sitting, May my body become more comfortable. May my breath be more smooth. May no difficulties come to me. May all the success come to me. Also think for a moment. This is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime. And detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalations and exhalations. So in the beginning, deeply and gently, breathe out 3 times and find the sensation, please. And allow your inhalations, exhalations happen itself. And recognize the sensation. Do nothing extra. Bring your attention to your body, please, and observe your posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through entire your compound, village, city, state, country, world, around this universe. Also as far as you can through galaxies, other planets, stars. Reminding yourself like this. With clear intention, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe. And may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away, already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one out of anger or ill will wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart. Forward. Visualize yourself and send it as a light. To your backside. To your left side. And to your right side. Downward. And upward. To all 6 directions at once, like the moon, the sun, spread the light, spread the energy, without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it with the maximum effort to the highest. Wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So first of all, we offer this practice to the great qualities of the Buddha, Dhamma, and the Sangha. And also by the power of this meritorious deed, may all of us attain to the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Also, may all your guardian angels and deities will receive these merits and increase their longevity and protect all of you from any kind of planetary influences or any ill effects. Ittavata chamihi sampadam punya sampadam sabbe deva numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhuta numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe satta numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya Imaya Dhammanu Dhamma Patipatiya Buddhang Pujemi Dhammang Pujemi Sanghang Pujemi Attaya Imaya Patipatiya Jati Jara Vyadi Maranam Ha Paribunjisami Idammi Punya Kammang Asavakkaya Vahang Hotu Sabba Dukkha Pamunchatu. Bless you.